Hello children, we have successfully finished our chapter 3, that was adaptation in animals. So today we will start our next chapter, chapter number 4, that is reproduction in animals. So as you know children, that animals are the living things, okay, and reproduction is one of the characters of a living thing. Is it clear? So animals also reproduce. Okay, for example, a dog gives birth to a puppy. Okay, and a cat gives birth to a kitten. Isn't it? So in this way, all the animals reproduce. So what is reproduction, children? Yes, reproduction is a process in which living beings produce the other living beings of their own kind. Isn't it? Like a dog produces a puppy, not a kitten. Okay? So, in the process of reproduction, living beings produce the other living beings of their own kind. Okay, clear? Now, there are two ways of reproduction. Okay, or animals can reproduce in two ways. So the first way is animals give birth to their young ones. Okay, and the next one is animals produce their young ones through eggs. So there are two types of animals on the basis of reproduction. The first one is oviparous animals and the second one is viviparous animals. Okay, so those animals which produce their young ones through eggs or which lay eggs are called as oviparous animals. Okay, and those animals which give birth to their young ones directly without producing any egg, they are called as viviparous animals. For example, like us, human beings give directly birth to their babies without producing any egg. Okay, so they are called as viviparous animals. But animals like birds, fishes lay eggs, so they are called as oviparous animals. So it is clear now? Okay, now I want to ask a question from you. Why is reproduction necessary? Okay, I'll tell you. See children, you must have heard a word called as lifespan. So what is a lifespan? Yes, lifespan is a period of time for which a living organism lives. Okay, as living things born, grow, reproduce and ultimately dies. Okay, so it is called as a lifespan of a living organism. For example, an elephant lives for about 70 years. So a lifespan of an elephant is 70 years. It is clear? So to ensure the continuity of life, it is important for a living organism to reproduce more of their own kind. Okay, so that it cannot become extinct. For example, you cannot see a dinosaur in this present time because they become extinct. Okay, so to avoid its extinction, it is important for a species to reproduce more and more before they die. So it is clear now? Okay. Now first we will discuss about viviparous animals. So those animals which reproduce by giving birth to their young ones are called as viviparous animals. For example, humans. Humans give birth to their babies. So they are viviparous animals. Okay? And most of the mammals like cow, dog, lion, tiger, giraffe, etc. are also viviparous animals because they reproduce by giving birth to their young ones. Is it clear? Now, all these animals are milk producing animals. They produce milk. So, their young ones or their young babies feed on their mother's milk. So, till they learn to eat the other food, the babies depend upon their mother's milk or they feed on their mother's milk. Okay, for example, a baby of 6 months is unable to eat the other food. So, that baby depends on mother's milk. It is clear? Okay. Now, the newborn babies are unable to look after themselves because they are young and very weak. Okay, they are helpless. So, their mother look after them until they are old enough to look after themselves. Is it clear? So, they guard their babies. That means they protect their babies from the external environment or their enemies, and they keep their babies clean. Okay, so this is all about the viviparous animals. Now children, the next type is oviparous animals. Those animals which give birth to their young ones through eggs are called as oviparous animals. Can you give me some examples of oviparous animals which lay eggs? Yes, very good. Birds, snakes, turtles, insects, etc. are the animals which lay eggs. Is it clear? Okay. When these eggs are hatched, then the young ones come out of these eggs. Okay children? Now, according to the habitat of these animals, oviparous animals can be divided into 3 main categories. The first one is aerial oviparous animals, means those egg-laying animals that can fly comes under this group. For example, birds. Clear? Now, the second category is terrestrial oviparous animals, means those egg-laying animals which live on land. For example, insects. And the last one is aquatic oviparous animals, means those animals which live in water. For example, fishes. Okay, so we will learn about them one by one in our next video. Okay, till then revise all the portion which I have taught you. Okay, thank you.